Switch to Martin. Melquito.
That's it long range. He's got it. Dispersed in a Loyal jersey. 1-0 San Diego.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season.
Drew actually got a hand on it, and this one will go high and on it is! One more time!
Torero Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.
Welcome in, it is Matchday Live, the post-match show. I'm Darren Smith alongside Nate Albarrea. We will see the birthday boy Jordan Caruth, who was on the play-by-play call tonight. He'll join us coming up here a little later on. Tonight's Matchday Live is presented by Quidel. We are here with you for the next 30 minutes. San Diego Loyal 1, Orange County 2, the 4-match homestand. It ends tonight, disappointingly. Only 3 points out of 12. Nate Albarrea, what did we see here tonight at Torero Stadium? Actually, I will say, what's going on right behind us is sort of interesting, is we can feel some energy. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving. There was some understandably angry SD Loyal players, but all in all, big picture, Loyal 1, Orange County 2, disappointing for everybody except for the Orange County fans who will be making their way back home here in the next 15-20 minutes or so, but disappointing night at Torero Stadium if you're a Loyal fan.
Yeah, but in the background right now, I hear Los Chavos, I hear the locals, I hear the Rainbow Loyal Supporters Group making a lot of noise and giving that now, locally famous "We Are San Diego" chant that the players go over and join in on. I also saw, I know this is an SD Loyal post-game show, but we talk about being fans of romanticismo de football and away days, and we heralded the locals and Chavos on their bus trip up to Orange County back in June, that historic occasion for the Loyal fans. There were about 40, 45 Orange County Soccer Club supporters who came down here to Torero Stadium tonight, saw their team fall back 1-0, and then got 2 goals in the second half, and seeing their players go over to the away end here at Torero Stadium and applaud their fans as Tumi Moshobane was getting into a little bit of a post-game scrap as he was tired of getting pushed around all night and getting no respect from the referee this evening, was shown a yellow card, Tumi Moshobane, for rightfully complaining about the treatment that he was receiving all night. He receives a yellow card somehow in added time. I get where Tumi's frustration was coming from, and I love that Tumi, after everything that I just recapped right there, Tumi was with his teammates in front of the locals, in front of the Chavos, after a very disappointing game where he thought he won the game. He put his team up 1-0 midway through the second half, and Tumi's thinking, it's Tumi time all over again, another winning goal for Tumi Moshobane. Not so fast, say Orange County, and I loved seeing both sets of players in a SoCal derby, call it what you will, a great night here for soccer in Southern California, seeing both sets of players go over to their most raucous supporters, the Travelers in the sense of Orange County, and the great supporters then over there in 109 for Loyal. That's what it's all about. So we'll get into the score, we'll get into the game, but that's what I'm focusing on right now. I loved both sets of supporters tonight, and I love both sets of players tonight.
It was, and I think you're right, as disappointing as it may be if you're an SD Loyal supporter, which I'm guessing 99.9% of you actually are if you're tuning into Matchday Live here on
Shout
the
out
SD
to
Loyal
the one
YouTube
Orange
page.
County fan tuning in to San Diego Loyal Matchday Live postgame.
But I do think you raise a really good point, which is, we sort of made fun of Orange County the last time they were here because it was a midweek match and they didn't send any fans. But tonight, they did have energy inside of the building, and there was a ton of energy here. Doesn't compensate for dropping now 9 out of 12 points here during the 4-match homestand. Still in playoff position, but Orange County does leapfrog ahead of SD Loyal. They move up with 29 points now. They move up in the standings. We'll update you on what's happening in the Pacific Division a little later on. But for SD Loyal, disappointing. Tumi Moshibani scores his 7th goal, puts Loyal up ahead, 1-0-0 in the 56th minute. And then, boy, in the span of just a couple of minutes, Ronaldo Dumas, he ends up scoring for Orange County, and then an own goal ended up being the game winner, the match winner for Orange County here tonight.
Well, I had my pick to kick was Tumi Moshibane. I also gave a lot of hype up to Jordan Chavez, who unfortunately put one in a net. Sadly, it was his own this evening. Carter Herzog has joined the show with some lovely face paint. This evening.
We've got Carter and Corey. Absolutely. Nice to see you as always. How are you? Thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
you have an interesting way of opening beers, I got to admit.
Yeah.
Is that like an old habit here?
No,
or what?
I don't know. And then I always twist it so I know it's mine.
Okay,
Hi,
good.
Carter. Do you want to come up again? Corey, can I do this again? Here we go. All right.
Okay. Whoa. Corey, what can you say about that one?
You come up right here, so you got to bounce, okay?
I mean,
You gotta stay right there. Make sure you don't fall.
we go up 1-0, we're happy, and then I think less than 5-10 minutes they score again. So, I mean, once they score, we can't let the second one go in. Like,
Right.
We can let it be 1-1 and we can get the game winner, but we can't let the second one go in after I think another 5-10 minutes, like right after. I think what were the times? Like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, it was
separated.
within just a couple of minutes, between Dumas scoring and then the own goal.
And it's just the way the ball rolls sometimes too. I mean, I think it was going wide and then it went off somebody and then went in our net. It's another frustrating one that we're going to remember at the end of the year, where we should have had, I mean, now 3 more points, but even a tie, we should have at least came out with a tie.
What's going on at the end here? I mean,
I don't even know.
we thought Tumi seemed pretty hot.
Yeah, I think Tumi was just getting frustrated with him getting kicked and all that, and the refs
And then he gets a yellow card for getting driven into the
For
board.
complaining about being driven into the board.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, refs have to get control of this stuff and little stuff like that. It just eggs on and eggs on. Like I don't know how some players on that field that have yellows are still on that field, like a Coley and stuff like that, pulling down a counterattack. If he doesn't have yellows, then that's a yellow card. So it's just little stuff like that, but it's a frustrating one for sure.
You said the other night that, I was saying, the 2-game or 3-game home skid is ancient history with that big 5-1 win over Vegas. You had a great response, which is, yes, you're correct. If we win against Orange County, okay, it goes the way it goes tonight. So what's next for this team now?
I mean, now it's a must-win in Sacramento. I mean, there's no, we can't go up there and expect to get 1 point. It's not going to be an easy game, but we need to come back with 3 points. We need to make up those points that we lost last Saturday and this Saturday. We need to make it up on the road now. Yeah. That's how you have to look at it.
Reinforcements come in. Augustine Williams. What's it like now seeing more bodies come in, more names come in, especially players of this caliber as well?
Oh, it's good. I mean, you saw him get a couple touches in there. He's speedy, he's good like that. So he's only been here, I think, 2 days. So we're looking forward to getting a full week training and see what he can do and all that. So, do you want to get down?
Ready to get down?
Carter wants to get down. Where did Carter get? Where did he get face paint here?
Right, here we go. Going down. Go back to Daddy.
All right.
Yeah. So Sacramento next week, a week from tonight.
Yeah.
Getting away. Like I said, the homestand.
No. Here, take this. Just give that. You guys can share.
You can share it with your cousin. He's right over there.
Yep. Here you go.
Shake it up. Shake it up. Good stuff.
Yeah. So homestand ends on a disappointing note. What can you do here during the week? Can we just get ready for Sacramento next Saturday night?
Yeah, everybody says you just got to forget about the result, but we do honestly have to forget about it, make up the points, like I said, that we lost both Saturdays. That's 6 points. So we need to find those points on the road now and then win the rest of the games at home. We can't keep dropping points at home.
Yeah.
We're not going to go up the table if we keep dropping points at home.
What we got left is only 12 more. Hard to believe now. Through 20 matches of the season, 12 more to go. 5 home, 7 away. We talked about must win last time. Must win coming up next Saturday night.
100%.
That's pretty much the way it's going to be for the remaining matches of the season, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, I think our playoffs are starting a little earlier than what we wanted. If we win our home games, we'd be sitting nice right now, and we wouldn't have to be in playoff mentality right away. But now, 12 games left. We got to at least win 7 to 8 of those.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Corey, thanks as always for stopping by. Appreciate you. You got it. Corey Herzog stopping by, as it is Corey and Carter Herzog stopping by, as they often do. And, I think that is the other point, Nate. And this was match day 20. There's only 12 to go. Yeah. And now everything's getting really bunched up. Sacramento went into Chandler tonight a scoreless draw against Phoenix Rising. So now that's not something I would have expected. And now that's just 1 point, but it's another point gain for Sacramento, which is sitting outside looking in. But they are the club that's immediately behind Loyal. And guess what? They're playing each other next week. They're creeping.
They are creeping.
That's what they do. They have expectations. They don't hope to go to the postseason. They expect to go to the postseason every single year. So when Corey talks about what's remaining here, not just next Saturday night at Sacramento, but 12 to go, 5 here at Torero Stadium, 7 away, which has not exactly been an area where Loyal has excelled. You know, he's right. Like, the playoffs do kind of start a little bit
tomorrow.
earlier.
They start playoff training.
We have
starts
2.5
tomorrow.
months to go, but you know, that's a big one next Saturday night.
They've put themselves into that position too, and it's just such an unfortunate reality in that you had a 12-point sort of toss-up. 12 points at a very critical, right after the midway part of the season, right when that sort of, you know, call it a stretch run, call it what you will, starts. And there were 12 points on the table, and they took 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough reality.
This.
That's a tough stat. And so the only way to circumstantially deal with that is the playoffs start now. When you're talking about finishing 4th or 3rd in the West or in the Pacific, I beg your pardon, it's got to start now. That mentality has to start tomorrow morning.
When we come back, Charlie Adams expected to stop by here on set. We'll talk to the SD Loyal captain when we return. It's Matchday Live on the SD Loyal YouTube channel and Facebook page.
Your summer starts here. With big savings on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer the best time of the year. But don't miss out on all the fun. See your Toyota dealer and catch a great deal today.
Right now, drive home a stylish new Corolla with a low $199 a month lease. Or you can save big with $1,500 factory cash back.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
During this pandemic, many families are worried about visiting healthcare facilities. I'm Dr. Gail Knight, Rady Children's Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer. I'd like to share with you the advice that I give my own family and friends. The best thing that you can do to keep your child healthy is to continue to keep routine appointments like vaccinations and regular checkups. This keeps you, your child, and our community as protected as possible. We are always open, we are here for you, and we are safe.
All right, welcome back. Matchday Live. Darren Smith, Nate Albarrea. Joining us now is the captain for SD Loyal, number 6, Charlie Adams, stopping by the set. Charlie, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know it's always easier to do this when you guys get a result, certainly at the end of the homestand here. Tell us a little bit about this one here tonight. Frustrating, you guys go up. Toomey, who's been fantastic in the 56th minute. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here with this club here tonight.
So, you know, ultimately, you know, if you watch the game, I think we were really, really good in between the boxes. I think our build-up play was decent. We got in good areas, but ultimately this game comes down to how good you are in the boxes, in the offensive box, and then in the defending box. And ultimately tonight, we weren't good in the boxes. We conceded 2 goals, 2 counter-attacks. Was it 2? Yeah, 2 counter-attacks, 2 goals against the run of play. We were able to score first. We should have maybe capitalised on that, but ultimately, you know, I think we had more chances to score more. And we knew that the longer the game went on, the more opportunities we had. We just had to keep passing it. But I think, you know, some few mistakes were made maybe defensively, and we could have been better on the transition for especially the first goal, but we weren't. So we have to be better in the boxes, and we have to get that right. So that's what we'll be working on.
Charlie, we talked about it. I know it's a bit of a cringe number, but there were 12 points on the table for this team in this 4-game homestand. You end up only getting 3. Your teammate Corey Herzog said, well, circumstantially, playoffs start tomorrow. I also take a step back and I look at these 3 losses here at home. They were all by 1 goal. They were all very narrow defeats where you guys didn't play terribly. So what is the focus going into the next game? Is it, hey, let's shake everything up and playoffs start tomorrow? Or is it a little bit of, hey guys, we're right there and there's just a couple of things that need to click? How do you feel coming off of those 3 out of 4 home losses that were all by 1 goal?
Yeah, I mean, of course it's very difficult because you want to win all your home games, but you know, teams are coming here and they're coming here, I think, with fear to defend and to play against us. We want to play our game. Right. Doesn't matter who we play against, we're going to play the way that we want to play, away or home, regardless. But I think teams come here and they set up to defend against us. And that is really hard when you're attacking against, you know, a low block. Everyone's tight together. It's really difficult. You usually score the goals later on in games. Right. However, we've been a little bit complacent at times with our possession, and we're conceding counter-attacks and goals in games that we shouldn't be. You know, if they make an amazing build-up and they put one in the top corner, then you know, you take that, you say fair enough. But I think the goals can be avoided, and ultimately teams are coming here to you know, they're playing differently to how they would usually play.
Right. Can you, if you don't mind, just expand on that a little bit? When you say complacent with possession, what do you mean by that? Because, you know, we look, you know, statistically afterwards, and, you know, you guys check a lot of boxes. It's pretty consistent, you know, passes, crosses, possession, things along those lines. But when you say that, what do you mean?
So what I'm saying is obviously we want to build up and we want to keep the ball as much as possible, but we want to play vertical as well. But you know, tonight I felt that we weren't as patient as we could have been. We forced a few too many balls in the wide areas when we could have turned out and kept it and kept them running. And so, you know, they were trapping us to the side quite well, but if we were able to play out of that and come out the other side, they would have to run more and the spaces would open up. But I think tonight, it would, you know, at times in the first half, it would go to one side and we would play a little bit more direct just because we felt we needed to, and we needed to get a goal. So we have to improve on that, and it's about being patient and understanding that the game's not won in the first 45 minutes. It's won in 90 minutes. So we just have to keep improving. And the thing is with the American system is that you can come top of your league and it means nothing. So it means nothing. So yeah, let's get together. We need everyone, we need all the fans together and keep supporting us, get behind us. So let's get in the playoffs and then we'll go from there.
Well, that's what's up, and that's a captain's statement right there, and that is dealing with the circumstances, dealing with the system. You don't have to finish top of your quote-unquote table to win the USL. We could get some momentum going. So to close out here, talk about to the fans watching right now and just in terms of the overall feel with this team and with Coach Landon, Coach Nate right now, of what it's going to take for you guys to galvanize the troops and get into the playoffs and make a run here in 2021.
Yeah. I mean, you saw early on in the season, we went 9 games unbeaten, and there's no reason why we can't do that again. Regardless if we're home or away, we're going to go to anywhere and we're going to play the way we want to play. We're going to play our system. We don't care who we come up against. We're going to attack. And you know, bearing in mind we have some important guys out injured, but once they get back, we'll have a really, really strong squad to you know, do well in the remaining games of the season and ultimately get in the playoffs. So I'm excited for it, and you know, it's a game of football. We lost a game of football tonight. We have many more. We can win many more, and we will.
20 down. 12 to go. He's the captain. He's Charlie Adams. Do you remember you were the first ever guest on this show?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Does that seem like a distant memory? That was like a whole nother lifetime ago, wasn't it?
Look at my hair compared to that.
Look at my hair compared to that. Wow. Yes, well, we're thrilled to have you. Thank you. You're always welcome on the show. Thank you for doing this. Thank you. You got it. Charlie Adams, captain for SD Loyal, our man of the match here tonight, stopping by for a couple of minutes. SD Loyal 1, Orange County 2. You know, I'll tell you, I don't know how much better it makes everybody feel in the immediate aftermath of losing at home tonight against Orange County, geographically the closest rival
Yeah.
dropping 9 of the 12 points, as we've talked about a little bit since the beginning. But hearing the way Corey Herzog speaks, hearing the way Charlie Adams speaks, it does make you believe in what SD Loyal has, doesn't it?
Hope is one of the most dangerous human emotions. Hope is a very, very dangerous thing. But the two men who have come over to the set here, as well as the wonderful, talented Carter Herzog and her brilliant face paint this evening, they've given me hope.
Yes.
I am feeling a little bit glass half full right now after a very disappointing night from an SD Loyal point of view, but you put it in perspective. You see the 12 games left to go. You hear your leaders say, hey, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs start tomorrow. That's the kind of mindset that I want to hear from a team that I'm supporting or covering or commentating or talking about. You know what I mean? I want to hear the players themselves have that attitude. And after a really tough night, too, to hear them come over and have that humility and have that level of focus still in place, it's a beautiful thing. So I look forward to, this was not what any of us wanted to see, but their backs are against the wall now. You got Sacramento creeping up, and you got Orange County pulling away, and Tacoma pulling all the way back up to Washington. I mean, Tacoma Defiance this year has just become such an incredible story, just flying up the standings into that second spot in the Pacific. So you got Tacoma and OC now, quote unquote, pulling away, and you could argue more importantly, you got Sacramento Republic creeping on a come up into that 4th spot currently in that 5th place position, and you had 3v4 tonight, disappointing result. So how about another quote-unquote 6-pointer in the next match against Sacramento? I look forward to it.
Absolutely. Toomey in the 56th, Ronaldo Dumas in the 64th, and then an own goal just a couple of minutes away afterwards, and that's all she wrote here tonight. You know, I remember what our statistician Sean Kelly said to us. It's a Billie Jean King quote, and it's a good one. Pressure is a privilege. And with 12 to go, as you've heard from Charlie, as you've heard from Corey, it means that you're close to something. It means that you're there. You're close, not close with 12 to go, but you're in a playoff position. You are being chased by Sacramento, who you see next, by Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2. So pressure is a privilege, and right now that's exactly the way it's going to be here for the remainder of the regular season. We'll take our final time out for the night. When we come back, Jordan Caruth celebrated a birthday. He's going to shotgun a beer on Matchday Live. That's next.
It starts off with a little seed, and with a little love from nature, it sprouts to life. And when delicious fresh fruits and veggies are perfect, they are rushed to the home of fresh. Sprouts, where goodness grows.
Want a perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
I'm not even sure what's happening here, and I know it's fast, but I'm in love with you. We're gonna be together forevs, and I'm gonna keep you looking good, boo. That's why I got you unlimited washes. That's right, we're gonna binge wash, babe. Commit to your car. What are you waiting for?
All right, Matchday Live continues our final segment for the night. Single game tickets, they're on sale now. Tickets starting at just $25 for all remaining 2021 home matches, including the next home match on September 5th. It's next month, my goodness, against LA Galaxy 2.
Where has the time gone?
Visit SDloyal.com/tickets for more info. It's his birthday!
Yay!
Jordan Carew, happy birthday
to you! Happy birthday, dear Jordan!
Happy birthday to you!
I need a drink after that one, especially.
Give us the view from the booth
my
tonight.
Goodness.
The view is much better from the booth than it is down here from Matchday Live. I feel like I can actually watch the entire match. I see where people move on the field. Much better. It was a difficult finish, a sour finish, I thought. Clearly on the field with what was happening between both sides. But to jump out, get an early lead and see it evaporate. You had a couple chances in the first half, a few more in the second half, couldn't put them away. I felt like that was the difference. I thought Corey Herzog had a really good look in the first half. It was saved. And then on the other side, Moshe Bani scored tonight, but he also had a pretty good look later on, too, in the second half, and that one didn't end up as a goal. So I think San Diego had their chances. They only finished with one. I think Orange County really capitalized on the moments that they had, and that was the difference tonight.
Yeah, only 2 shots on target for Orange County.
Yeah.
Obviously, the own goal is the match winner. but
Only 2 shots on target, and they win an away match 2-1.
Yeah, think about that.
There you go.
That's not going to make anybody feel better.
No.
But factually, that's accurate.
I want to ask you something, Jordan, because we just had Charlie Adams talk about the team being a little, quote, complacent in possession. However, Charlie then followed that statement up, and this is with him still wearing, as he's standing on this Matchday Live set with here at the Buena Vista Social Club, he's still got the captain's armband around him. He's speaking as the captain of SD Loyal, and as much as he, harped on that about them being, quote, complacent in possession, he also talked about them needing to stick to their style of play, which is a very possession-oriented style of play preached by Nate Miller and Landon Donovan. I've been up in the booth rather recently with your color commentator this evening, Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan, and Shannon Mack was rather vocal, maybe, I don't want to say, firmly against that philosophy. I don't want to start anything here, but Shannon was a player who, as a Hall of Famer herself, made a career out of taking shots, out of shooting the ball towards the goal, out of finding space to get on the end of crosses. And Shannon herself has, I think, gotten a little frustrated sometimes watching it. And so we're sort of caught in this in-between with this team. What did you, mostly what kind of vibes did you feel from Shannon Mack this evening? But what did you also think as far as this team maybe needing to, as much as I love the style of football that is preached with this team needing to shoot more? Jordan Carew,
Test keepers. Testing keepers.
You had a 16-year-old against Real Monarchs a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 games in 14 days. It didn't test him a single time. You had a 6'6" goalkeeper playing for Tacoma who never had to dive down to a side but maybe once in the entire game. And so I love possession-based football. But Jordan, were you maybe feeling, standing next to Shannon Mack, and even just yourself, a little frustration with the fact that this team could maybe shoot the ball a little more?
I thought they had more shots than Orange County tonight. They had more shots on target than Orange County
like
tonight.
7-2, somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Wasn't even. No, they had a lot of shots tonight. San Diego did. It wasn't even close in that category. There were the moments. There were moments where I saw some shots from outside the box where I kind of looked to Shannon like, wow, this looks like an inspired performance from Wednesday night.
Right.
Because there were so many goals that went in. And so it looked like there were a few moments where they're just kind of letting it fly, which is good, which is, I think, what we're talking about.
Yes, indeed.
But overall, if there was a team that really didn't get a lot of shots off tonight, it was Orange County's side, wasn't it?
Well, but they were very efficient.
They were very
their
efficient.
shots on target, 2 on goal and 2 goals.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you have the one that goes off of Chavez's leg, which is just difficult. Saw the replay up there. He's running back towards the post, and it hits him right in the leg. Goes past Guerrero. Nothing he could really do there. Chavez, I thought, played really well tonight. He has a yellow card and an own goal going against him, so clearly that's not something that you would say, oh, that's a great performance. I thought Chavez looked really good. Yeah. It's a really good front line for Orange County. A lot of talent. You have a 16-year-old on the back. You have no Grant Stoneman, no Callum Montgomery, so the back line being tested, people playing out of position. I thought it was... Mostly, I thought San Diego had more opportunities tonight, but Orange County put theirs away, and that's the way it kind of just ended up. It was close towards the end, I thought Toomey had a really good look towards the end that I really wish would have been able to go home. I thought Herzog again had that moment in the first half.
Guido had a really good look at
Guido
the
had a
end
few
with his
good looks as
forehead
well.
about 5 yards out. Okay, that was a very, very diplomatic answer there. Very well done. You feel like the appropriate amount of shots are being taken by San Diego Loyal players with the ball at their feet.
But that has been an issue. I mean, I think that there's been plenty of matches where we've said, hey, that whole possession thing without, there's that famous Ray Hudson line that if you've ever listened to the Unnamed Soccer podcast, you know what it is. But I think your point is well taken. I do think at times we've wondered about that. What is the point of all this possession if you're not actually putting any pressure on the keeper?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight was just one of those nights where the ball just wasn't going in the net. A little bit of bad luck, and hey, you're also facing a pretty good team, which showed you during the week how serious it was. It lost 3-0 at home, and it sacked its own manager. So, job well done so far for Orange County Soccer Club.
Yeah, they played like an inspired bunch after what... I mean, no one would have been surprised if Orange County came out tonight and just looked absolutely flat.
Just got rolled over, exactly. No, they came out and they got a win in their new manager's debut. Chaplow 1-0 as OCSC manager.
It validates a decision, which, none of us really understood, even from 75 miles away.
Right.
That you're still in a playoff position, but hey, for one night, at least it looks like the right thing. Now, here's the result of the night in the Pacific Division. Sacramento and Phoenix, scoreless draw in Chandler. Who's up next for San Diego Loyal? Sacramento, at Sacramento for the first time ever for Loyal, traveling up there to California's capital. So now you look and you go, oh man, this is starting to feel a little bit like, okay, we're getting into the second half of the season, only 12 matches left to go. I'm not saying it's a playoff game next week, but it feels like
Herzog said the playoffs start tomorrow.
It feels like it weighs a little more.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting with San Diego's schedule coming up, you're looking at a table right here in front of us. Every single team below San Diego is on their schedule in the next month. They are just running through the table. They're done with Phoenix.
Right.
Don't have to deal with Phoenix anymore. You get one more against Orange County. You get one more against Tacoma. But that next month plus against teams, Sacramento, Los Dos, Las Vegas, Oakland Roots as well. Those are the teams that are on your schedule. Yeah. So if
6-point swings too.
So if San Diego can go on a run against those teams, they can really go a long way in solidifying what would be a playoff spot if you're San Diego. But 6-point swings, if you go out and go on a run and you're on the losing end against those teams, then the table completely turns upside down on you.
Then all of a sudden Sacramento's within 2 points.
No, Sac win that game potentially. I hope not, but if they do, you're talking about 2 points back, still with 2 games in hand. So
for a club that knows how to go to the postseason,
who knows?
Sacramento.
That's all they know is how to grind and get it done. And here's Loyal, in this as the new boys. We got to remember this is the second season in this league for this team, and now really comes a big test for this team where pressure is a privilege, as we've talked about. Shout out Sean Kelly. Pressure is indeed a privilege for this SD Loyal team, and it's a big pressure cooker of a game against Sac because you lose that and suddenly a team is behind you by only 2 points for the most crucial position in the division for that difference between not making it or making it to the postseason. They're only 2 points behind you with 11 games to go, with 2 games in hand, 13 to go for them. That's huge, and it's almost not to say that Sac would be put to rest if Loyal win that game, but darn close to it. That little bit of breathing room there. So I keep going off on these bigger than 3 points kind of games. And mathematically, this is another, as Jordan called it, a 6-pointer coming up against Sac. Yep. But also psychologically, you get that gap between you and Sac Republic.
Plus,
you feel a little bit better about yourself.
And the other thing that was lost tonight was the opportunity for Loyal to take control of the tie-breaking scenario against Orange County. So that's, dropping 3 points at home speaks for itself, right? But also, if you had picked up another 3 points against Orange County, you control the tiebreaker, which, it sort of feels like Tacoma, Orange County, somehow at the end of the year, like these tiebreakers are going to come back into play because everything's so bunched up right now.
I've learned more about USL tiebreakers from Darren Smith in the last 3.5
what
years
I do.
than I had in years prior. This man has been studying up on the USL tiebreakers. Jordan, your thought on the situation?
We are new to the tie-breaking procedures in USL.
We have not had to break any ties before, but we are studying away here.
Yeah, it was a storyline for us as well. We talked about it on the broadcast because you've already lost the tiebreaker to Tacoma, which
Another
is a team the
tiebreaker.
way it looks like they're going to finish in the top 4. That's at least the way it's headed.
Are going to finish second.
They may.
I feel like Tacoma Defiance are going to finish in that number 2 spot. I know a lot of games to be played, but I digress.
So you already have lost that tiebreaker to Tacoma. You won the tiebreaker against Las Vegas with your result earlier this week.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to matter.
What does that mean for a team that's in 7th place?
Right.
Exactly,
If Vegas goes on a run and finds itself potentially in a playoff spot, then it becomes impactful. As it stands right now, not
That's a
impactful.
llama run,
And
by
as
the way.
Darren brought up, you could have solidified your tiebreaker over Orange County tonight, and instead that's still wide open. And no one would be surprised if San Diego and Orange County are at least within a couple of points by the end of the season, if not tied. So the tiebreakers do matter, especially since you've already seen yourself lose out to Tacoma. The Las Vegas one doesn't seem as impactful as the Tacoma one, but the Orange County one's going to be very impactful. So that next one in Orange County, where San Diego has not been able to win before, that becomes a pretty big challenge, and the tiebreaker becomes pretty important as well.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
How was it?
was
We
fun.
heard a rumor about champagne up in the broadcast booth.
What? Rumors. You know what they say about rumors.
I'm just telling you,
Nothing
a certain
but
Hall of
rumors.
Famer that roams around Torero Stadium
Shannon
here on
Macmillan
Matchday.
does not spread rumors lightly.
Shannon McMillan brought me a bottle of champagne. Thank you, Shannon.
I
That
asked-
is so nice. It is sitting right over there, unopened. We did not drink
Shout out.
that
Oh, yeah.
champagne.
Well,
we did not drink
post-game-
that champagne in the booth.
Post game live is going to be a wonderful party here in the Buena Vista Social Club. Jordan, my final question of the night. I
More.
put you on the spot. Us all talking about SD Loyal taking enough shots on the field. Has the birthday boy, Jordan the Truth Caruth, taken enough shots this evening? And depending on your answer, I may have a follow-up question.
Okay, I have 0 shots so far this
Okay.
evening.
So far, but
I'm
if we
gonna
ever
need
shut
you-
up, we
That's
might
only-
actually do it.
It's only about
Not
half
shotgunning
full.
a
I'm
beer.
going to need
Is that
you
what you're
in
saying? Like,
place-
if we shut up, you'll actually get to the shots?
No.
Okay.
no.
Oh, okay. In
But if you want to
place
go ahead and say goodnight, I'll go
of
ahead
a
and drink my
tequila
beer.
shot, I would like for you to just bottom that up. Go on, Darren, close the show. There you
All
go.
right, coming up next Saturday night. Remember, it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. What the heck are they doing up in Sacramento? 8 o'clock.
There you go.
San Diego Loyal on the road,
Dale
taking on
gas.
Sacramento Republic.
Okay.
It's brought to you by HES Solar. I saw our guy Spencer Holt from HES Solar in the house tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Nate, amazing job. Jordan, happy birthday. We'll see
Thanks.
you next Saturday night here on Matchday Live.
Switch to Martin. Nagito. That's it long range. He's got it. This first in a Royal jersey. 1-0 San Diego.
Stadium in San Diego. It has been a sellout the last few days. Loyal SC ready to kick off this season.
Drew actually got a hand on it, and this one will go high and up and in. One more time.
Torero Stadium in San Diego. Professional soccer has finally arrived.